Well, hello friends, Joseph here. Welcome back to some Hearthstone as we have queued into a warrior who played Explore and Goro on turn 2. So we could be in for one heck of a game here. We are playing with a slightly modified. Which do we think of these was in our opponent's deck to start? Either Shield Slam or Dire Horn from our Glimmer Root. We would only ever be able to play Dire Horn. Okay, so that's a really good result for us. But now our opponent has a whole bunch of random spells and Ungoro cards that they're going to be playing. Oh, and a very decent Stonehill Defender as well. So I think Actually, let me talk about this deck really quickly first. So the major differences between this deck and the Dragon list that I have been playing so far, or at least the major differences, I should say, and we are going to play Priest of the Feast. We want to kind of hang out, we want to maintain some sort of presence against this board right now. The major differences are that we have removed Lyra. Ooh. And so the argument that I understand it, or as I understand it, for removing Lyra and both of the Radiant Elementals, is that they kind of compete with... Priest of the Feast for what we're trying to do with this deck. So this deck is generally trying to use a lot of your spells. You want to combo them with Priest of the Feast in order to get a whole bunch of healing and things like that. As we will likely not do this turn. I don't know what we're going to do this turn. This is from Choose Your Path. Discover a card. I don't even know if it's best for us just to play out like another big minion. Maybe we can just play the Hatchling here. Simply because it's going to be good enough and it will slow our opponent down. At least I expect it will slow our opponent down. And we do want to get a little bit of value from the healing. And so that's kind of one of the reasons why we got rid of Lyra. Or why this deck list. Oh my goodness. So that's pretty tough for us. That's a really unfortunate turn of events. We might just get stomped here. Wow. Leather-clad Hog Leader. And that was already selected earlier on. Okay, so I think we're gonna go Draco P and a Potion of Madness. Yes, we know it's only going to be a Discover, and that's totally fine. So I don't think it matters which of these we steal, because we're just going to be running one into the other. Actually, it does matter. And the way we're going to do it is stealing... Hold on. We could kill the Armor Smith if we wanted. Yeah, you know what? Let's take the armor for ourselves. So this will go down to 1 attack, obviously. But the idea here is we get rid of the Taunter. And then we gain the 1 armor, which I don't know, maybe that'll matter in the end. Maybe it'll matter because we did just lose our healing mechanic with Priest of the Feast. This could be good now, depending if our opponent has a slow turn or a bad turn. That's a bad turn for us. Divine Shields, we really want a Shadow or Death right now. The issue is, of course, our opponent will just be able to play massive minions every turn. I'm very, very tempted to Potion of Madness this in to get rid of our friend's Divine Shield. And then I think we can Dire Horn. And then we'll Priest of the Feast last. I don't know that we're ever playing Molten Giant. I guess we're going to go Radiant Elemental, even though I just talked about how it got removed from this deck. But that's totally okay. And then the other big addition into this deck is the Shifting Shades. And then the Darkshire Alchemist. So the Darkshire Alchemist provides a little bit of extra healing. And another 4 attack. Oh boy. So this is just trading off. Maybe our opponent doesn't have anything to play. Maybe they've got more value generation, which is scary for us. That was also a really quick pickup for our opponent there. We have some options, but I kind of want to do it this way. And I think we're going to go for a very early pack here. Simply because, we're going to take a Shadow or Death now to be a little bit more flexible. So the idea there was we wanted to get an early pack, or an early Ungoro pack that we just shuffled into our deck. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but that's okay. We will be able to steal another Choose Your Path next turn with Draco P, which is cool. Our opponent's getting lots and lots of, I'm expecting to be really powerful cards, which is why we wanted the Shadow or Death. I'm expecting some... Oh. Oh wow, our opponent's really just looking to armor up. That's really interesting. So I think we're gonna Drac OP first. Obviously, it's going to be a choose your path. Let's see what we can get here for free. I think Akanai could be interesting. I think we'll save Akanai for next turn. That's going to be pretty good. We'll attack in here. We will attack here. And I think we're just going to heal. Obviously, our opponent can have tons and tons of removal because they can just be finding things like executes just to attack and execute. They can be finding brawls. Or they can just be discovering big minions that will eventually cause us a problem. But right now, at least, we're kind of in good shape. Faceless Manipulator, yeah, that's obviously not good. But, you know, the fact that we get the dragon activations off of this makes it much better for us. Oh, boy. Possibly now an execute. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Dragonfires is, you know, it's interesting for us, but I don't think it really helps us too much. We can Shadow or Death here, but I kind of want to save the Death for something maybe, let's say, better. We are just going to go ahead and control here. I don't think there's any need to go crazy. We should be able to outvalue our opponent simply for the fact that we just have way more resources right now. I don't think anything crazy is going to happen in this game. And just because we're playing against such a crazy, you know, okay, yeah, our opponent's just doing silly stuff. I mean, Master Swordsmith maybe was the best choice, but it's just... We're playing against a silly deck. And so I realize it's not the best, you know, representation of, you know, a new deck that I'm trying to talk about here. But that's okay. Because to be honest, there can just be crazy stuff happening. And the fact that this card is even in our opponent's deck, that they're playing it, why not? I'm just going to go, yeah, we can just go and completely beat down our opponent now. And we'll take another one of those. We'll discover another one of those. We'll take one of these. Oh yeah, we'll take that one's fun. I mean, this is just, we just need to make sure. We're going to have way more resources than our opponent, always, basically. And, you know, who knows? They've held one of these cards for a while now. Maybe it's a Deathwing. They could be holding a Deathwing, right? If they started their game with their Stonehill Defenders, maybe a Deathwing in hand. In Explore Angora, why not? That's pretty cool. Fool's Bane, that's kind of funny. He should have attacked first with the other one. That's a weird... He could have attacked with this too, because he replaced his other weapon, actually. So you can attack with your other weapon, then switch to Fool's Bane. Yeah, what's he going to do? Take 10 damage here? Ooh, this is still a whole ton of damage he's taking, though. Oh, well. Oh, well, for our opponent. That sort of thing happens. Oh, wait, should I have played this? I don't think it matters in the long run. I'm assuming we're going to be able to get rid of anything that he plays now. Although I did think that last time when I was actually at the rank 10. Oh, Yogg was in the opening hand. Okay. Forbidden does nothing. I haven't been tracking spells right now for our opponent. It's a bit of damage, but not enough. This, probably not enough. He steals it for this turn. That's unfortunate. Getting a little armor. Another Forbidden Flame is useless. That's fun. Shield block. That's unfortunate for us. Oh, wow. Buffing up that Yogg. Okay, change Yogg to 1. Oh, no. Hit the Yogg. Wow, our opponent's got a whole bunch of cards to discover. I wonder if we're even going to be able to pull this off right now. I mean, we'll be able to win it. That was a great Yogg, though. There's no denying that. That was an excellent Yogg. Let's see what happens. Cat trick? No? So there were a lot of things that could have been. Definitely glad that it wasn't any of the awful ones. Yeah, I should have actually thrown at the Northshire to heal, but I don't think it's going to matter in the long run there. So that was a pretty scary Yogg. Kind of awesome. And the unfortunate thing, I think, is that it really drew our opponent a lot of cards. That's probably the worst part about it. Not necessarily anything, you know. Yogg didn't actually do anything in terms of having an impact on board. But it had an impact in the sense that we are now still going to likely have to deal with a significant amount of resources in our opponent's hand. 4 plus a 2, healing back up. If we had played the Northshire last turn, no, it still would not have been lethal. Because we would have needed to combo the removal with the Akanai. to be able to get a little extra face damage, but that's okay. This has been kind of a fun game. I really enjoy this game. I hope we can play these sorts of decks all the way back up to the rank 10. Oh my goodness, how many Armor Smiths has this been this game? Oh my goodness, another one. That's funny. Okay. And now we get that lethal finally. Okay, so this has been a cool, yeah, we don't need anything else to happen here. This has been a fun game though. I dig it. I really, oh whoa, the sound is still blasting a little louder than I'd hoped. And that's good. That's a win. We'll get back to 10 soon enough. Okay, so we have found ourselves a little bit of a mage here, which I think we should be in a good position to do well. So I think the way I understand this matchup is not so much that we are looking to actually be popping our opponents. Ooh, well, let's actually play a card while we're speaking. We're not looking necessarily to pop the, I'm guessing Arcane Intellect? Yeah, that's a pretty good guess. We're not looking to pop the Bloodlust, pop the Ice Block, but what we're looking to do is basically run our opponent out of resources. Which obviously is easier said than done. Babbling Book, oh, lots of things here. Lots of things going on for us and our opponent here. How do we do this? Can we do cool stuff? So we can attack in here. And then Potion of Madness this one in. Or we could attack in here and heal and Potion of Madness this one in. I almost don't hate the idea of Potion of Madness here. But I do kind of like the idea of playing something a little bit stronger than just nothing. Than the heal is what I mean. I'm guessing Valet. Yeah, this is definitely a Valet deck. In my mind. So let's make sure we kill this one off, then we'll attack here. And so part of the idea behind this play is the fact that if our opponent wants to ping, they're not going to also be able to easily play a secret this turn, which is going to be a good thing. Oh, wow, really not looking to play a secret or to ping. That's in, or they can still ping, actually. Yeah, they can go Primordial Glyph and then ping, so that's okay, I guess. So now we have Babbling Book spell and then Primordial Glyph spell. What? Okay, Volcanic Potion from the Glyph, so that's one less random thing we have to deal with. I guess we could have drawn first there. Probably would have been better to have drawn first. It ends up not mattering because we don't find a dragon anyways. If we'd found a dragon, I would have been upset. But, I mean, throwing out a 2-3 right now, that's kind of okay. Our opponent just draws to kind of follow suit. I think our game plan here is going to be saving... Oh, what's this? Oh, a secret. Okay, so we are going to really want to be testing the secret with Historian. Oh, boy. So I want to do this. I'm tempted to even play this in draw. But the issue is if this is Mirror Entity, which it's not, so then we're okay. Then never mind. Power Word Shield, I think we'll save that for our Priest of the Feast combo. So the idea here also, from what I'm understanding of this deck, is that we want to be saving a Priest of the Feast and a Shadow Word Death for our opponent's... What's that thing called? The Alexstrasza, which will eventually be used to burn us down. So the idea is we want to be able to Priest of the Feast, Shadow Word Death, maybe a couple other spells to remove the big threat from our opponent's board and then heal ourselves back up. So we're not necessarily too worried about all of the damage that, you know, we might take some ping damage along the way here. But, and even this isn't necessarily too scary. I feel like we're able to test. I mean, this first one, we are expecting this to be... Oh, it could be spells and stuff, though, actually. Let's see what we can't do here. A counterspell, really not the end of the world for us. I think it's better that the Power Word Shield gets counterspelled than a Shadow Visions. And I am tempted, actually, to throw out a Shadow Visions now and look for another Shadow Word Death. Simply because, although there have been a couple secrets, maybe Dragonfire Potion would have been better. I feel like there's no play other than just trading in, unfortunately, here. So we could actually get hit with some of those very, very large... The discounted... Oh, wow, more drawing. The discounted minions that come out, they cost less for each secret that gets played. which is something that could happen here, but because we just got rid of counter spells, that's kind of good for us. I'm happy Shadow Word of painting this. I'm very not happy the way this is going right now. Oh, wow, we really need some dragon top decks, and our deck definitely is a little light in the dragon department. So we now also tested for Spellbender, so I'm kind of expecting we're gonna heal. I think we'll just heal pass. We don't need to go too fast here. And the issue is, of course, if our opponent does Medivh, now we do have a Shadow Word Death to deal with Medivh. Firelands potentially bad. Oh wow, that is actually awful for us.
Is someone injured?
I'm gonna go ahead and do this and heal. So we've only taken 3 damage from last turn, and the idea here is our opponent's not going to want to use removal on our... Oh my goodness. Oh boy, that's from Primordial Glyph. Okay. So the thinking was our opponent wouldn't want to use removal on Northshire Cleric. Little did I know that they wouldn't really mind. Dragons, please. Yeah, those are pretty good dragons. We are definitely going to Nether Spite Historian first, though. Into another Primordial Drake. That'll be an excellent top deck. Or Nether Spite Discovery, I should say. And so right now, we've set ourselves up for a good Dragonfire Potion. So the idea last turn there was that our opponent wouldn't Frostbolt our Northstar Cleric because they want to use those resources on something else. That would then allow us to trade our Northshire in. Oh, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be an awesome Potion of Madness turn for us. Our opponent's healing up a whole heck of a lot, let me tell you that much. So that one trades off. But, yeah, we're going to have a 6/6 right now on us. On our hands, as they say. We're going to definitely steal this. And so now we kind of have the option. Do we want a Primordial Drake and really apply some pressure? Which honestly might not be a bad idea. I don't want to waste the Dragonfire Potion just because I kind of feel like there could be bigger targets. So as much as, yes, we are losing out on the potential value of, you know, the Nether Spite Historian, we still have a couple dragons. Actually, we have 4 dragons left in our deck, so that's going to be over a fourth. That's over 25% right now. You are on fire. What are you talking about, Medivh's Valet? Not on fire at all. That's a fireball, so that's good. That's not going face, which is pretty nice. That's actually kind of scary. So we are going to test, let's say, if it's a mirror or something like that. I'll take Twilight Drake right now. And then we will play another big dragon. We're definitely taking Fireball. And then we're just going to go ahead and heal ourselves up a little. And we're still basically holding out for our opponent's Medivh or Alex or something like that. And the issue is now that this last secret could be a counterspell. And that would be really, really scary. Oh, this is actually really, really scary right now. Interesting. Interesting the way this has worked out now, isn't it? I definitely don't want to blow both Shadow Word Deaths. Because that could be awful. That being said, if it's not counterspell... I don't know what else it could be. One of them's definitely the ice barrier type thing. Oh boy. I think we save the... because the fireball still forces a trade. The question is, do we want to heal now? And oh, geez. I don't even know why we wouldn't. There's no way it's mirrors. So I think we basically just do this. Can it still get counterspelled or no? No. So that's pretty nice for us. And then we play this way. In order... oh. Okay, ice barrier. I guess we could have done that first, but I wasn't sure how the Shadow Words would have worked out there. So again, this is, you know, look, the way this game is working, we're not looking to apply pressure with this deck. We're looking to kind of grind out our opponent's resources. Like, they've played a bunch of spells. They played a bunch of secrets. They've played, but a lot of their burn now. Like, it's kind of fine that they deal that, like, okay, that's 2 damage. Okay, I thought it was going to be like a fireball or something like that, which would have been scary. That would have actually been scary for us to have to deal with. Yeah, I think, honestly, let's go if that gets... I think we take, like, another Shadow or Death. We'll attack in here. Do we want to do this first? Let's do this first. An ice barrier, so that's pretty nice. So now we can just fireball this down, attack in here. And we can basically confirm game over at this point. I mean, I don't know what our opponent could be top decking that we would actually ever be worried about, since we've kind of completely taken control of this game. So, I mean, this deck list doesn't run too much differently than the deck list. I mean, who knows? Maybe something crazy is going to happen now. But probably nothing that's actually going to cause any sort of lethal for us, which is nice. Elise is here, basically. Not doing too much. We heal up. I mean, I'll throw Elise in. It doesn't really matter, does it? I'm almost more tempted to throw out the Shifting Shade than anything else. Our opponent's already played a Flame Strike. We can obviously get hit with a Meteor or something, but we've played reasonably well in terms of staggering the spells. The minions, so we're not too worried about that. Power Word Shield on the big guy. Heal here, and we just basically continue pushing. There's nothing really. We're not going to do anything silly, I don't think. I mean, do we want to set up the 6/6? I think we can set up the 6/6. Just because it's cool to get Pyros. You know, no real reason other than to play Pyros other than for the cool factor, I think. Yeah, and this is, we played against this is a mid-rangey tempo deck. Oh no, he finally killed us. And we're just going to Shadow or Death there. Oh, are we honestly popping at 1? That's just more annoying than anything. And we don't need to play anything. Not that there's really anything that... I mean, the worst case is we get it with a Blizzard, we get it with a Frost Nova, just to delay the inevitable. And the fact that now it's 2 turns of... Gonna be on this guy? Yeah, give me that sweet Death Rattle. Oh my goodness. It's not Death Rattles from opponents. Oh, should we Yogg? Should we Yogg? I don't think we can. I think that's too silly. Maybe we can Yogg next turn. We can't Yogg. That's real BM then. I'm not into real BM. I'm into silly stuff that people enjoy, but having a Yogg thrown on you when you're at 1 health and you AFK your last turn, I'm not really into that. Fireball, and that's the thing. We played these big minions so that these removals can't really get played out, against face, which is what our opponent's deck is really planning to do.
Amazing.
It is amazing. No time for Yogg. Sorry, everyone. I know people kind of like the Yogg and to see the Yogg shenanigans, but really that can't be allowed. We're trying to climb back. We already lost our rank 10 boss game twice, actually. Okay, that's going to be it for this video. Enough rambling. Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. Just a couple cool games from a slightly different Dragon Priest deck. No Lyra shenanigans. Maybe it's better, maybe not. I'm going to play test it a whole bunch more to see if it actually ends up being more consistent or not, and post back the results. Thanks for hanging out. Keep your stick on the ice.